Hello and welcome to eChineseLearningPod, your go-to podcast for learning Chinese and exploring Chinese culture. To protect speakers' privacy and enhance audio quality, some or all voices in this episode are created with AI assistance.
Hi everyone, and welcome back to eChineseLearningPod. I'm Grace, your host and Mandarin learning coach. Today, we're going to explore a very interesting Chinese birthday tradition, eating longevity noodles. Now, if you're completely new to Chinese culture, you might be thinking, longevity noodles? Why noodles on birthdays? Well, today we'll dive into why Chinese people eat these special noodles, what they symbolize, and even learn some Chinese words you can use if you ever celebrate with a Chinese family. And, of course, we'll sprinkle in language tips along the way, so you can practice both listening and speaking in Mandarin. Plus, if you want to take it further, remember that eChinese Learning offers free one-on-one trial lessons. Real teachers can guide you step by step.
Hi Grace. I'm so excited about this episode. Honestly, before I learned about this tradition, I always thought birthdays in China were just like anywhere else: cake, candles, gifts. But when I discovered the longevity noodles, I realized there's a lot of symbolism and thought behind it. It's not just about food, it's about wishing someone a long and healthy life.
Exactly. And that's what makes this topic so special. Today's episode is perfect for anyone who wants to understand Chinese food culture, birthday customs, and even some basic Mandarin phrases. We'll cover the history, symbolism, and practical language points, all in a fun and easy-to-follow conversation.
Sounds great. I'm ready. Let's dig in.
Perfect. Let's get started. First, let's clarify, what exactly are longevity noodles? In Chinese, they're called changshou mian. Let's break that down. Chang means long. Shou means life or longevity. Mian means noodles. So literally, changshou mian means long life noodles. But it's more than just the literal meaning. The length of the noodles symbolizes a long and healthy life.
Exactly. And it's interesting because the symbolism comes from the shape of the noodles, long, unbroken strands. Eating them is a way to express a wish for longevity. The longer the noodles, the better.
Right, and the noodles themselves can be prepared in different ways, boiled in soup, stir-fried, or even served dry with a light sauce. But the key is not to cut the noodles, because that would symbolically shorten life.
That's a really important point. In many Chinese families, you'll hear parents telling children, 慢慢吃, 不要断了. Means eat slowly, don't break it. Even though it's a simple sentence, it carries the cultural meaning of wishing someone a long life.
Exactly. And here's a quick language practice for our listeners. 长寿面 means longevity noodles. 长 means long. 寿 means life, longevity. 面 means noodles. You can repeat after us. 长寿面 means longevity noodles. 长 means long. 寿 means life. 面 means noodles.
Perfect. And another thing to know is that these noodles are often served on birthdays of older people, not just kids. In Chinese culture, respecting elders and wishing them longevity is a major part of family life.
Yes, and sometimes, the birthday celebration isn't complete without a bowl of changshou mian. Even if you have a cake, the noodles are essential. They carry the symbolic meaning. Let's talk about the symbolism in more detail. As we said, long noodles symbolize long life, but there's more to it. In Chinese culture, food is deeply tied to meaning. Every ingredient or shape can carry a special message.
Exactly. For example, the roundness of dumplings represents wealth and completeness, while long noodles represent continuous life without breaks. It's all about visual symbolism.
And the unbroken nature is really important. You'll often hear Chinese people say, 面要一根长长的, means the noodles should be one long strand. Here, 一根 literally means one piece, emphasizing the wholeness and continuity of life.
Exactly. And there's also a subtle lesson here: patience and respect. When you eat the noodles slowly, carefully, it's a reminder to take life at a measured pace, appreciate the blessings, and think about longevity.
That's such a nice point. And it ties into Chinese philosophy, ideas like 健康, health, 家庭, family, and 和谐, harmony are all intertwined with birthday celebrations and symbolic food.
And for language learners, this is a great opportunity to practice some useful words. 长寿, longevity. 健康, health. 家庭, family. 和谐, harmony. Grace, maybe we can try using these words in a sentence?
Sure. For example, 祝你长寿和健康 means wishing you longevity and health. 祝你家庭幸福和谐 means wishing your family happiness and harmony.
Perfect. These are exactly the kinds of phrases you might hear when someone is celebrating a birthday in China. And if you say them correctly, you'll be sharing the cultural meaning, not just the words.
Yes. And another interesting thing is that long noodles are often served plain or with light broth, rather than very heavy sauces, because the focus is on the symbolic length rather than flavor. So it's really about the gesture, the intention behind the food. Now let's talk about how longevity noodles are actually served. David, can you explain?
Sure. Typically, for birthdays, long noodles are cooked in a simple broth, sometimes with vegetables or mushrooms. The important thing is that the noodles stay as long as possible. Cutting them is considered bad luck.
Right. And for more special occasions, people might add meat, seafood, or eggs, but the noodles themselves must remain unbroken.
Exactly. And in restaurants, when someone orders 长寿面, the chef will make sure to boil and serve the noodles carefully, so that they are one continuous strand.
Listeners, this is also a great chance to practice another language point. 不要断 means don't break it. For example, 吃的时候慢慢吃，不要断 means eat slowly, don't break it.
Exactly. And this phrase is very common during birthday celebrations, because breaking the noodles is considered unlucky. So it's not just a culinary rule, it's cultural etiquette.
And this brings us to another point, why eating noodles slowly is meaningful. It teaches mindfulness and respect. In Chinese culture, how you eat can reflect your attitude toward life and family. Now, how about today? Are longevity noodles still common?
Absolutely. While not everyone in China may eat 长寿面, every year, they are still very popular for birthdays, especially for older adults. Families often prepare them at home, and many restaurants include them on their birthday menu.
And even outside China, in Chinese communities around the world, people try to keep this tradition alive, because it's such a meaningful symbol.
Right. And for kids or younger family members, eating long noodles is a fun and educational way to learn about Chinese culture. Parents might explain, these noodles are long, just like your life, eat carefully.
And from a language learning perspective, that's also a chance to practice simple phrases like 生日快乐 means happy birthday. 长寿面 means longevity noodles. 慢慢吃 means eat slowly.
Exactly. Combining cultural context with language practice makes learning more memorable and meaningful.
So today, we've explored what longevity noodles are. 长寿面. Their symbolism encompasses long life, continuity, and mindfulness. How they're served in simple broth, carefully unbroken. How the tradition continues to endure in modern Chinese culture.
And we also practiced some key phrases for birthdays. 长寿, longevity, 健康, health, 家庭, family, 和谐, harmony, 生日快乐, happy birthday, 慢慢吃, eat slowly, 不要断, don't break it.
Exactly. Remember, it's not just about learning vocabulary, it's about understanding the cultural meaning behind the words. When you use them in context, you're participating in the tradition, not just translating words.
And that's what makes learning Chinese so interesting. It's not only a language, it's a window into family values, traditions, and cultural wisdom.
So if you want to take it further, try practicing writing these words, saying them out loud, and maybe even preparing your own bowl of longevity noodles next time you celebrate a birthday.
That sounds delicious and educational at the same time.
Exactly. And don't forget, if you want personal guidance while learning, you can sign up for a free trial one-on-one class at eChinese Learning, where a teacher can help you with pronunciation, writing, and cultural context.
Thanks, Grace. I feel like I learned a lot today, both about noodles and Chinese culture.
Me too. And thank you to our listeners. Keep practicing your phrases, enjoy the journey, and we'll see you next time on eChineseLearningPod.
Want to practice what you've learned today with a real Chinese teacher? You can get a free one-on-one trial lesson at eChineseLearning.com. That's it for today's episode of eChinese Learning Pod. Thanks for tuning in.